Emery from Tokyo Hackerspace, and this is
I'm James from Tokyo Hackerspace.
And I'm Shingo.
And his wife, Mariko.
And we are here at Akihabara Electric Town, and we're going to take a tour of the crazy stuff. Okay, so you're staring at vending machines. Tokyo has a heck of a lot of vending machines. Everywhere you go is a vending machine, sometimes 6 or 7 vending machines. But behind us is what we call the labyrinth.
Get on the train and get the part that you want. There's no going to a website and searching for something. It's just, it's here. You just come and get it.
These boxes are all like consignment boxes. So people rent a box and they put their own stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And it used to be just like old toys or cameras and stuff like that, but now you're starting to see more electronics parts and sometimes kits that people build. So every once in a while it's quite interesting to see new stuff in the boxes.
This is for the beginning place of the Akihabara. It's small reselling stores of World War II US Army's broken radio parts. But it's now very big areas around here, filled up with electric stores and games, animes, and so many cultures are gathering here. It's a really good place. I really like it.
You got pachinko, lots of pachinko.
Yeah.
This is like the intersection where all the shops get really great for hackers. In this corner alone we have the wire shop down there. Here we have all kinds of screws and nuts and bolts, all your machine tools.
We've got a ham radio shop right behind you.
It's a ham radio. V-Stone started off just as a robot shop, but then they started making their own products too. Nice. So they have a lot of like little pieces for making Robo 1, which is a humanoid robot fighting competition. They started off making their own boards for that. Lots of robot stuff.
So I built one. I bought the I subscribed to the magazine and I built one. Each week you get some parts. It's the plastic parts, you know. Part of the head, part of the eye, a circuit board, you know, some cables, a servo.
So it's every week?
It's every week.
This is Super Junk. One of the reasons why we like the place is because you can go in and buy single components and not be ripped off. It's not too expensive to buy single parts. But you can also buy reels of components like resistors and capacitors, surface mount, where it was like half a reel was taken off of a production line, and then they sell it here. You can buy a reel for $1.50, 200 yen, 500 yen, so really cheap for half a reel of parts.
You cannot, mass produce something by just buying the parts here.
Okay.
But it's easier on the prototype.
But for the creative side of things,
for creative side, for example, I can just I'm assembling a board. I just see that I'm out of a component, and I just come here and buy the component and just go back.
And you're back home in an hour.
Yeah.
This is the biggest test equipment shop that, at least that I'm aware of in Akihabara. And the front section is just new equipment. But what's really interesting is in the back, which is actually much bigger. And it's just loaded with all kinds of old test gear that you can get at really good prices. And they kind of break things down into stuff that they've checked and calibrated and repaired, or sometimes you can find stuff that they just didn't bother working on yet. And you can buy, like a 100 megahertz oscilloscope for 2,000 yen sometimes if you're lucky. Is on top of a radio shop, and there's four floors of video games, retro gaming.
You can connect the small blocks like capacitors and resistors and transistors to make your own circuit. Yeah, it's very old, but very famous for hackers.
Maybe some of you might know the Intellivision. It was basically like Pong with cartridges. Control, you can see it's a paddle. These are like the single type LCD portable game.
Most expensive merchandise in this store. It's Super Mario, not Mario. There are just 100 or less copies in the world. It's extremely rare.
Shop that we like to go to, the Hackerspace members, a lot of electronics gear. This is Akizuki Denshi, and Akizuki Denshi actually makes a lot of their own stuff too. So they have, it's one of the few shops in Akihabara that has their own product lines.
Some of the electronics magazines sometimes just give PCBs. So usually they sell the parts kit at Akizuki Denshi, or Akizuki Denshi actually just gets them together and sells them as a kit. So you don't have to keep one by one.
Is Mandarake. It's a chain store in Japan where they sell manga and manga related items like Figma, and you can find really old toys from really old cartoons from the US, from Japan. So if you're a collector and you're into like collectible figures, stuff like that, Mandarake is the place to go.